What's up, guys? We're coming off the heels of an amazing interview with Twista. We talked about his career, his accomplishments, his longevity in the music industry, and we also talked about his passion for firearms and his contribution to the 2A industry, community. Today, we're gonna introduce you to all of Gun Camp, the entire cast of characters that make up this amazing unit that really brings a lot of positivity, instruction, information, education, and entertainment to the 2A community at large. This is about Gun Camp today. So I hope you enjoy the episode. Let's go.
What's up? It's your boy Carl Mitchell, AKA Twista, and I'm the founder of Gun Camp. The reason I started Gun Camp was I wanted to do something different, something fresh as far as how I would brand myself, because I'm an artist, so that same mentality carried over once I became a firearm instructor. So I was like, I don't just want to do it under my name, I want to bring something new. And I was thinking about some of my guys like Eddie, Creative, and I was like, I want to start something different.
I am Creative Scott, one of the founding members of Gun Camp. You know, we all was instructors. We all are concealed carry instructors and our instructors, and our platform is public safety. So the Gun Camp collaborated together, started with him, he brought it to me, and then we collaborated with other certified instructors and created the Gun Camp all together.
Where's everybody? Yeah, I'm Eddie Tactical, aka ET, aka Old Dirty Glock from the Gun Camp.
So when did you meet? When did
I meet Twista? Is that what you're trying to say? Because I'll answer that question because I know what you're gonna say. So I met Twista back in I want to say 2013. I was one of the best goddamn conceal and carry instructors at the time. Twista found out about that and he wanted lessons from me. Okay? From me and me alone. That was it. That's how I met him. He was a great guy. He saw the potential in me, picked me up, took me out of the streets.
What other celebrities have you trained?
I can't really name them at the top of my head right now.
Because they don't exist
They exist.
in your head.
They exist. Actually, I'm not. Donnie Wahlberg was one.
Call him now so we can validate.
Jenny McCarthy. My phone's it's on the charger. This is all proof. It's on my Instagram. Eddie_Tactical. David Hollister. You remember David Hollister?
Is this real? Are we having a real conversation?
I'm having a real conversation with you. This is what the interview is about. Don't get me angry right now, John.
So my name is Rudy Martinez. I own a restaurant and I'm a range owner. Gun Camp makes me, it's like all family. Every time we come to a restaurant, then we go to the range afterwards, and in the summer we cook out and we just have a good time at the range. So it's like part of the family there, the whole Gun Camp group.
What's up, guys? I'm Tony Salas. I'm the guy that shoots fast. My contribution to Gun Camp, I would be known as the guy that got Twista into competition shooting. So I would probably be we're all kind of shooting in the competition now. And some of us, like Eddie, had already sprinkled their little competition flowers around. Don't let this fool you. This is peak male performance, at least on a gun range. I knew about Gun Camp in its inception because at that time I managed a gun store and I sold guns to members of a Gun Camp. So I was their supply for ammo, for firearms, and that's how Twista hooked up with me to get into competition. And it kind of just snowballed from there.
Man, my name is Lil Chapo. I'm the Gun Camp's enforcer. I'm the reason that they still around. You got a lot of people talking shit, trying to call us out, and I'm the one that got to put them in their place. Cause you don't Gun Camp. You just don't. That's what we do.
Nah, man, nah. I'm being honest, like you told me to, man. Listen, man, stop telling me that little chocolate. Look, man, I'm being honest. That Eddie, I promise. No.
Yo, we can cut that out, right?
All right, my name is Jonathan. I'm J.O. Customs from Gun Camp.
What I do is I do the custom guns. So I'll build custom guns, I'll take their guns and I'll Cerakote them, do whatever they need to do so it can look and stand out, not just like your standard stuff you see on the street. You guys met the rest of the Gun Camp members, and none of us are bland. None of us are just, run-of-the-mill, boring, stand at the stall and shoot. Everybody's got a personality. So it's up to me to make sure that those personalities stand out with the guns that they have. So it's my point to bring it up and make it more modern, make it more interesting, to involve people who may not have grown up around guns, who might have a bad stigma on guns, like, oh, they're bad and this and that. But if you show the art part of it, then it might get people interested and they'll change their mind and be like, okay, maybe I can get into this. Maybe it's not just criminals and law enforcement that can have guns.
Yo. I'm RGG, a regular gun guy. I'm also a YouTuber. You can follow me on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere at A Regular Gun Guy. I do a YouTube live a few days out the week. That's pretty much my contribution to Gun Camp. I'm the media guy. So being here in Chicago, I've known of Twista and the Gun Camp for a while, especially right when I got into the 2A game. So, but I never saw myself as a part of Gun Camp. That was kind of far-fetched. I was just doing my thing on YouTube for the last couple of years. And then after an interview with Twista that I did on my channel, he reached out to me like, man, I think you should be Gun Camp. And that's kind of how it started, man.
So all of these guys are good, genuine people, good-spirited people. And when we come together, we already all gun crazy, gun nuts in a positive way. So when you see us all start talking, our camaraderie, our personalities, our consciousness, the way we vibe with each other, just makes us something special to me, something unique. We are very organic and natural when we do stuff.
Hey Trevor, make sure we got the his beard slowed him down. Make sure you know what I'm saying? He don't have a wristband on. Here, you want a nice watch?
And I think people gravitate towards us because they don't get to see that all the time.
Being a part of Gun Camp, to me, is changing the mindset. When you think of a firearm, it's not a weapon, but you also can use that as protection. So being in the inner city community, we want to change the mindset of those who think guns are just to harm individuals. But we look at it as public safety, violence prevention, as protection. So we're trying to, again, change the mindset of something negative into something positive.
So my passion for Gun Camp is really passion for firearms, right? And you can see how deep it is, because even though I was a survivor of Chicago violence, where I was gunned down, shot 6 times in 2014, I was paralyzed for about 3 months. I lost all feeling on my right side. And mind you, I'm a right-handed shooter. I had to reteach myself how to shoot properly with my left hand. Now I'm a left-handed shooter. So technically, when John beats me, whenever he has a chance to beat me, he's really got the upper hand. Let's be honest with each other.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I was introduced to guns not in the most positive way. And I'm sure people hear this story all the time. I truly have a legit one. So I always call myself a success story. Like literally coming from the streets of Chicago and then being somebody that's involved in firearms in a legal way now. I think when I learned probably in my early 30s that I could purchase AR-15s and AKs or whatever I wanted legally, like that was a shock to me. I never knew that. We weren't taught, the legal way to own firearms. So then I just caught the bug. I started buying them, learning more about them, and then I really became interested. And I used to watch YouTube a lot to learn about whatever gun it was that I was buying. And to be honest, the information used to go over my head. I didn't understand the technical stuff. They would be talking about trigger weights and I'd be confused and I didn't know. And I'd be like, why is just not a regular dude on YouTube? Like somebody that just talks where I get it. And then people are like, you should do it. You should be that guy. All right, that's it. I'm going in. I'm gonna be a regular gun guy. That's it. It's gonna be that simple. I'm gonna keep it a buck with everybody. They gonna understand what I'm saying. And it worked. I'm doing it now, man. So I'm enjoying this.
Shooting is like my cooking. So it's like, I love it. So I'm all in, 100%. So, well, I've been cooking since I was 9 years old. So I'm 44 years old. So it's like, you know, I love everything about cooking. Anything Mexican I can cook. So it's always, you know, been my, you know, passion, cooking. That's why I like, you know, cooking for Gun Camp, you know, for everybody, you know, for my family, friends, everybody.
And I think Gun Camp as a whole is proving that it doesn't really matter who you are. You can get into this, learn it safely, and enjoy it just like any other hobby. You know, sometimes people, the only time they know about a gun is shots in the neighborhood. That's their correlation. And then T shows a video of me shooting a stage, and it just clicks in their head like there's a whole nother world that isn't even involved in violent activities with guns. It's actually a sport, or I can actually protect myself. Like, I can have this too, right? It's also my right. So I think Gun Camp has done a real good job, and it's continually growing everywhere. So,
well, Gun Camp has a solid foundation here in Chicago. You know, we do a lot for the community, in terms of being instructors and, you know, firearm enthusiasts, you know what I'm saying? So people kind of getting used to it now. Everybody knows Twista's legendary, but now everybody else is starting to find their mark.
Gun Camp is a crew of positive 2A advocates, some firearm instructors, some competitive shooters, but we all are gun people and we believe in our rights to bear arms.
If we want to make it the largest impact possible, it's all of us showing up to an event, allowing all the avenues of someone like me to bring my audience to someone like Guns Out's audience. They're substantially different, but when you really look at it, they're not. They just don't know that yet.
How proud are you of Gun Camp and all the people in Gun Camp?
Oh, super proud of them, man. Everyone does their own thing. Everyone's brings themselves to the table, and whatever they bring to the table, we utilize that. Everyone's got their own story. This is how I really explain Gun Camp to people. You ever watch The Avengers, the movie? Everyone's got their little solo movie and everything. Well, guess what? When the time comes, we join up and become the Avengers and save the world. From guys like you.
I'm extremely proud of being a member of Gun Camp, especially coming from Chicago, you know, Illinois, the Chicagoland area, where we have such a negative, people view us so negatively. Like, oh, there's gun violence, there's shootings every day, shootings every week. You know, it's a war zone. They call it Chirac for a reason. So being a member of Gun Camp is like, it makes me proud, because now when people know Gun Camp, they know we're from Chicago. They know that we're out here teaching people how to be responsible gun owners. They see the artwork that I put into the guns, and it's, letting people know that not everybody in Chicago who's a gun owner is a thug or a criminal or a gangbanger, you know what I'm saying? So that gives me like pride that people be like, oh, these guys are Chicago guys. They're the competition shooters. They're the instructors. They're the guys that do this, the guys that do that. So it's like, it's a good feeling to know that people will be like, hey, these guys are good guys with guns. I feel comfortable and safe around them. Not these are, thugs that are gonna rob us or something,
Being a part of Gun Camp is dope to me because there's nothing like it. I think it's the most unique crew in the 2A community. Like, just the makeup of it. That part in itself is dope. And I feel like it's my job to bring that to the public. Like, I wanna be able to show people that it really exists. People know Twista. Everybody knows Twista, but they may not know Eddie Tactical. They may not know Asian Wick. They may not know Tony Silas. They may not know JL Customs. I want to show the industry that there's a crew out here that brings value to the 2A community. Yeah, Twista's a part of it, but there's an entire ring, and we make up something special. We got content creators, instructors, you name it, it's in Gun Camp. And it's diverse, so that part makes it special as well. So, and we come from a city where gun laws are against us. So it's an uphill battle, but we're showing it can still be done. So it makes me feel good, man.
The Gun Camp want to help people, point blank.
And right now we're just a crew of 2A people, but in the future, Gun Camp is gonna be the movement, the corporation, the feel, the vibe that you should have when you think about a firearm.
We are at the official gun camp range.
One, what do you have to plan? What are you planning here? Shooting through a tire. Is it that hard to shoot through a tire?
Tall in personality. That is
It's very clear that once
for sure.
Once you get the peanut gallery started,
You know what?
they won't stop, guys. All right, guys, you heard from every member of Gun Camp. What an amazing cast of characters. And these guys aren't characters, they're real people. But their personalities are so amazing that you would think that, like, they keep calling themselves the Avengers. I mean, they make you buy into their stories and them together as a whole. So I really hope that you enjoyed this episode and you see the diversity that is exploding in the Second Amendment community right now. So we're not done yet. We're about to take it to the range where you're gonna get to see gun snobs in action with some of their favorite pistols, favorite rifles, and who knows, we may just break out into a full-on competition. So let's go.